Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm filming quite a few videos right now, so you will probably see this top several times. I just bought it today and I like it a lot because it's colorful and it screams spring, and I'm ready for spring and not ready for spring. I like the temperatures of spring, but I hate the fact that it brings tornadoes, and I hate allergies because I'm like the allergy child. So it's a mixed bag. I just want the weather to decide what it wants to do because it was snowing on Monday and 60 degrees today. Tennessee just doesn't know what it wants. But anyways, that aside, I am gonna do a kind of chatty Friday Reads-esque video. I am reading a lot of books right now, so a couple of things are gonna be a spoiler for my book haul, which is going up next Friday, because I'm a terrible human and I read them. Well, no, I'm not a terrible human because I read them. I've got to read them because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to count anything for Bookopoly, because I bought above what I was supposed to buy for the month, or my book allowance, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so I'm just gonna kind of get into what I'm currently reading if I can find them, because there's a lot of stuff around me right now. So the first one I am barely into, and that is Wires and Nerve, Volume 2. So this is the second half of the duology graphic novel, kind of part of the Lunar Chronicles world. I got this for my birthday and I am really excited because it's just so fun. And I don't know, I took this to work and read the first chapter when we were having kind of a slow day. Haven't had any slow days since, so I haven't gotten much more reading in this done. But I plan to read some more in this after I finish the other book that I have to talk about. So this one, and it doesn't have his dust jacket, so I assume you all know what this is anyways. It's Obsidio, which is the third book in the Illuminae Chronicles or Illuminae Files, and so I just sat down and started reading this the day it came, which was Tuesday. I pre-ordered this last year, so I feel like technically it shouldn't count for Bookopoly, but I'm counting it. So I have to finish this before I can count anything towards the board, but that's okay. This will count as 500 pages, and I'm really excited. So I was intending to read this the moment I got it anyways. Also, Justin is chomping at the bit to get to this, so I need to finish it so that he can read it. It started out, they all sort of start out a little bit slow for me as we introduce some new characters. So there are new characters in this. Of course, our old favorites come back because this is the culmination of the Illuminae Files. So yes, I am so far really enjoying this. Looking forward to when the shit hits the fan, because that's when these books get really fun. And if you don't know what these are, by the way, they're told in like dockets and chat files and different things like that. So it's like an alternative format. I'm sure you have already heard of this, but I've really enjoyed these. They're a little bit like sci-fi, slightly horror-esque sometimes, but more it's just like shocking things that happen. And yes, the first book does get a little like graphic. I explained it and have always explained it as if Serenity meets Battlestar Galactica. There's a thing that happens that makes me think of that, and holy crap. If you've read it, you know what it is, and it still haunts me to this day, just like the end of Serenity haunts me to this day. So I am also reading Justin's pick for the month, which is The Fountains of Paradise by Arthur C. Clarke. He really likes Arthur C. Clarke, and he's been trying to get me to read this book in particular for years now. I am about 40 pages into it, and I'm real confused. Justin actually had to go back and read the first part of it to see what I was talking about when I was saying that I couldn't figure out what was the timeline that we're like presently on and what were flashbacks, or were we on a certain timeline and we were looking in the future. I was really confused, and I thought that certain things were happening simultaneously that weren't, and characters in certain universes I thought were like in the same universe. It was very, very confusing. So far I'm not super into this, but it is his pick and I do have to finish this. So I think I'm gonna have to just sort of bear down and get halfway through this or something this weekend so that I can get excited about it, because I do want to finish this before the end of March so I don't have to carry it into April, because I keep carrying the cards into April and then it makes it, I mean into the next month, and then it makes it harder for me to complete the next month's challenge. So yes. And then I am also reading, told you a lot, A Paris Apartment, which I'm about 20% into. I'm really liking this. I think I said, I might have talked about this before, but the, no. Sorry, I'm thinking about a vlog that I sort of partially shot over my birthday weekend and then never posted because I didn't vlog enough and so there weren't enough clips to make a video. I don't know. I was super lazy that weekend. But this one is one of the 2 books by Michelle Gable that I have not read, and this was I think her first book, and I have liked most of her other books. So I wanted to read this one first, and then the other book that I have by her was actually sent to me in February by the publisher. It comes out in May, and I think it's called When I Met Jack or something like that. Summer I Met Jack. Something about Jack. It has to do with the Kennedys, and I want to review that or read that in April so that I can do a author spotlight in May when the book comes out on Michelle Gable, because I have read everything other than those 2 that she's ever written and I like her. So I want to do a spotlight, so I need to get this read in March so that I can read that one in April, and then we can go from there. And then the last book that I am currently in the middle of is Miss Burma. This is one of the prettiest covers ever. I love Birds of Paradise. It's my favorite flower, if you didn't know that. It was also my grandmother's favorite flower, which is how I think it became my favorite flower, and then like in its own right it's gorgeous. So yes, I am reading Miss Burma, and I started listening to it on audiobook from Hoopla from the library, and then I ended up buying the book on Amazon, and I heard about it when it was on the National Book Award long list is where I first think I saw the title, and then I was really excited to see it longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction because I am super fascinated by Burma and Burmese culture and politics. I have tried to pick up books set in Burma and I've really enjoyed some of them. The Art of Hearing Heartbeats was really good. That one is set in Burma. One of my friends from college is Burmese and she lives in Myanmar now, and I have talked to her a little bit about kind of her history and culture and the politics, and it's fascinating, and there's a lot of things I don't know about it. So this is really interesting. It is about the Burmese Civil War, I believe. Basically, it follows a family during, yes, yeah. I'm not very good with descriptions or remembering time periods. It's during World War II, but it is set in Burma, and I am really fascinated. I also feel like I would get more out of this if I knew more about Burmese politics and history, and I kind of want to read it and then have a conversation with my friend Nin about it, because I feel like that would be a good way to get better context on this book, and also just to learn, which is always a great thing. And I know that she really loves sharing anything about her country and her history and her politics and culture. So I think that's something I might do if I can somehow weasel her into shooting some kind of weird cross-country video with me, then I will do that. I don't know how that would work, honestly, or if she'd be up to it. We're like 12-hour time difference or something, but I think that would be really fun, and I would love to hear her perspective on this book. But yes, this is something that I'm really, really enjoying. Those are the books that I'm in the middle of. My head is like, because I got terrible sleep last night, or you're watching this on Friday, so on Wednesday night, garbage sleep, because we live near like a small airport, like a regional private airport, and last night there were Blackhawks doing touch and goes from like 10 p.m. to midnight, which, why Army, why do you choose our tiny little regional airport to do touch and goes, and why at night on a Wednesday? So that was fun, and by fun I mean not fun. I ended up putting my earplugs in and just telling my husband to shake me when my alarm went off because I just could not sleep. It was awful. And I had an interview on Thursday, which went well, but about noon-ish I ended up having to get some caffeine because I was fading fast and I did not want to be asleep or tired or not alert for my interview. So thankfully that went really, really well. I feel great about it, so I will let you guys know if I have good news. I hope I have good news. If not, then we'll do something else, but we'll figure it out. But fingers crossed for me. Send good thoughts my way. Anyways, that's why I'm so scrambled and just babbly, is because it has been a long, long day on the day I'm filming this. I don't know why I chose to film a bunch of videos today. Yeah, I think it's because I already had the makeup on, so I was like, why not? But yeah, I mean, that's it. This giant pile of books is on my nightstand and it's problematic, and I need to finish something instead of just continually starting more books. You feel me, Stephanie? I think Stephanie feels me. She has this problem too. Anyways, that's about it, and I'm gonna go before I break anything else.